we're here, guys. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
I think we're here.
Is this it?
Fantastic. Okay. I guess DTour started with
Yeah, so I think it all began with Sabina.
Sabina, who's over in the corner.
She
She deserves.
RJ and I have been making videos for a while, and I think we have been making videos for maybe about a year at this point as far as our daily vlogs are concerned, and she reached out and said, hey, what you guys are doing is great. I see that you guys sometimes meet your American subscribers. What do you think about possibly coming to Europe? And we were like, what? What an amazing opportunity. So we of course said yes, and we did RJ and I did a tour of Europe last summer. And it went so well, and we met so many amazing people, and the trip was such a success that we decided at the end that we had to do it again. And
that it shouldn't be just us.
Right, yeah. Sabina was like, this needs to be bigger and better. So she was like, well, who do you think should come? And I said, these people.
It's actually, it's funny because, I mean, the way that our channel started, or he was the YouTuber when we met, and then we started, it was funny, we met in college, but he was majoring in mathematics, and I was majoring in media production, and it was so funny that he was the YouTuber and I had no idea what that even was. So I kind of got my introduction to the whole community through him, and so that was, he had already, he's a YouTube OG along with, I think, Miles and with Nick. Yeah. And then, I'm trying to think how else we met Miles, I think, through Tyler, right? We met you at VidCon? How do we meet you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I met them, it was at VidCon 2011. I was hanging out with Tyler Oakley, and he was like, I was like, where are you? And he was like, oh, I'm in this person's room, come up. And I go up there, and Will and RJ are there, and like, I think Nick were you there?
No,
you showed up later.
I met you in the lobby part, like before that, I think.
Well, there was like a whole bunch of other people there, and it was just a room full of gays, and I was just like, oh my god, no! It was like, it was a very new experience to me, because I feel like that was the first time I've been like actually legit like surrounded by like gay men. So yeah.
Funny. What about you, Nick?
Okay, well, I met you at 789, which was a YouTube gathering in New York City on July 8th, 2009. And that was so long ago. About it. Like, that was almost 6 years ago now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, holy crap, yeah.
Insanity.
I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Have you learned any Italian?
The trip?
Yeah.
From the food, I guess.
Well, yeah. Of course, you learned ciao. That's something we knew.
Wait, I know something. Am I allowed to say it?
No. I learned a very not nice word.
Yeah.
Did not. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't want to say it now. I'm scared.
Just imagine what it is.
It was what the girl was saying whenever she found out that the ATM didn't work.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. Learn that one, and then
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
So that's of course. I have to know how to curse wherever I go.
My Italian.
Yeah, what?
Well, I learned Italian because I want to order in Italian. So, and quanto costa? That's really mi piace. Is that right?
Yeah.
Spaghetti?
Wait,
Yeah.
isn't there like non capisco?
I don't understand.
Non capisco.
Yeah.
Mi scusi. I need that.
Right.
I'm learning kitchen Italian. That's what I'm learning. Cool.
What do you? Okay, the most Italian person on the stage.
I mean, I resent my family for not teaching me Italian. My grandparents were born in Italy. They're from Calabria, and my dad was actually born there too, but he moved to the United States when he was like 2 years old. So.
Nicola Foti.
That's the most Italian I know is saying his name. That's, if I just say Nicola Foti, it's just like I'm actually speaking.
Yeah, that's Italian. Yeah.
Just say it over and over again. But my dad's name is Nicola Santo Geraldo Giuseppe Foti, so.
Wow. Okay, work. Okay, work.
Is a gay blogger or gay activist blogger?
Oh.
I think that depends. I think it depends on who you ask on this stage. I would consider myself a much more of an activist, but I would, I think it depends on who you ask.
I think it's almost by accident. Like I never saw myself growing up as being someone who would be like pro, like gays are gay. Like I am. But I never saw myself as someone who would be preaching it to people. I just kind of wanted to get about my life. And then with my blogging and YouTube, I feel as though it's just happened and I'm just going with it. So, if that makes sense?
I would say also that there are different kinds of activism, or there's different ways to advance the cause. There is the preaching and the sign holding, but then there's also the stuff that we'll do on our daily diaries where we just instead of saying that gay is okay or that you just show people how normal you are.
Have you met any crazy fans during
Only crazy in a good way.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well,
specifically on this
so
trip?
much.
Well, no, yeah.
Just like
Or just in general?
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Oh, you may have a different experience.
No, everyone's pretty normal, obviously. Well, normal, whatever that means.
What is normal?
I have to say, the Berlin meetup was the very first jockstrap I've signed. So,
Oh yeah, me too. I've
Not
never
a-
signed one of those before.
Yeah,
What?
I signed a jockstrap. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
not like a new one either.
No, it was
it had been worn before.
It was like, this was a used jockstrap.
Yeah.
And
I didn't get
that
that.
was a first.
Yeah. Mine was Aussie bum, which I was very flattered.
Cute.
It's really hard because people say there's like a formula and there's different types of things like you can post at this time and that's how many people are going to be posting at this time. Like there's little things that you can do to help your videos or in your subscriber count reach the level that you want to, but it really just takes time and then sometimes the right timing. Of what kind of videos you're doing and what time you post it. A lot of people will do fashion videos when the Oscars come out, and a lot of people will watch those. And sometimes it'll just be something random that you posted and didn't think anybody would watch, and then you have 11 million views on it.
like my status. Sorry, like my status. Yeah.
I think it comes down as well is that some people are a little bit more captivating on because people I don't know, I never thought I was interesting, but some people seem to. I think Miles is really interesting and that's why you watch. There's no real, and then there's some people who are really charismatic but it just doesn't translate when they film, and unfortunately that's why some people it works for some people. It's a mixture between who you are as a person and being good at it.
There's also so many people that are talented that are on YouTube, so it's hard kind of to break through because so many people are really good at what they're doing. It takes a lot of luck sometimes just to get noticed. So
I think what helped Nick, Miles, and myself was the timing. We got in really early.
Yeah.
And we were doing YouTube because that's where the weird kids go to express themselves. So, but now it's kind of weird because you see people getting popular on YouTube for different reasons these days. So, I don't know. I think if I get asked all the time, what can I do to make my channel better if I have a channel? And there are so many different types of channels. I mean, all of what we do is, we're all gay, but we all do different things on YouTube. But the overarching advice that I like to give is to be consistent. Imagine if you were really excited about Game of Thrones and you sat down to watch Game of Thrones and it didn't show up. you would be so mad. Like what?
You know exactly when it's
Yeah.
going to be on.
Yeah, you're like,
you know
I'm
when
ready,
to tune in.
I'm going to watch this. By the way, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm like
If you
I know.
spoil anything,
I know. I'm so anyway.
The internet's not great in Italy, okay? So,
But yes, being consistent, and then also whatever it is that you want to do, it should be your passion. You shouldn't be doing it because it's popular, and that's what Nash Grier is doing right now. You should be doing it because that's you don't even find any work in it. That's like you wake up and you make a video and you record it and you post it and you have fun when you do it.
Yeah.
So if people see that you have a passion, they will naturally gravitate towards you.
yeah, if you have fun making the videos, people will have fun watching the videos.
Yeah.
I think Miles's Bear Cakes video is a perfect example of just turning the camera on
And seeing what happens.
seeing what happens, but enjoying yourself and having fun. And then, yeah, if you're not having fun doing the video, then how do you expect someone to enjoy watching it? A phrase that I've heard Will say over and over too is don't worry about the subscribers that you don't have, worry about the ones you do have. You know, if after a year, I mean, you took 6 years to get to 1,000, something like
No,
that?
it took me 6 years to get to 10,000.
Okay, yeah, 6 years to 10,000. So
that's a long time.
it's a long
guys.
time. It takes time, but at the same time, if you have only 70 subscribers or 10 subscribers, you know, turn that into like the most exclusive club ever, and eventually those 10 people are going to want to show that to their friends, and then they're going to want to show, those friends are going to want to show it to those friends. That's how Grace Helbig became who she is because she, you know,
Same with Tyler Oakley.
Tyler Oakley is just like treat your subscribers, your audience well, and really like make them feel as special as possible, and they will take care of you.
Just to start that off, I think a lot of it I mean, I've got probably one of the smallest followings out of these guys, and I feel it a lot. Is that you've got to be very careful about what you say because things can be used against you, and it's just, you know, you can sometimes say things that you don't mean. So you've got to think about what you say and how it's going to affect the people around you, the people who are watching. It's not about changing what you're going to say. You just got to think about the repercussions. That's because it is quite powerful. You know, you're saying something to tens of hundreds of thousands of people. So you don't want to portray anything negative. You don't want to upset anyone. None of us, you know, come at anyone with a video of vengeance. It's all about doing like most of the time most of our videos are just to make people laugh, invite people into our lives, and spread a message of like happiness for the most part. And I think that's quite powerful.
Yeah, I think what changed for me a little bit is that whenever I had a small subscriber account, there was a lot more creative freedom there because there was a much smaller amount of people that I could piss off. But now that our audience is so large, I find myself really making sure that I whenever I make a video that I have to keep in mind that there are so many people that are watching it. But I still try not to let that change what it is that I want to do, and that can be really scary sometimes. Like you don't want to change what it is that you're doing online, but the reality of the situation is that there are thousands and thousands of people that are watching your every move. So it's a hard balance to strike.
Yes, I think all of us did.
Across the board, yeah.
That's why we started YouTube channels. I got bullied for being gay. Yeah. I didn't even know it.
Yeah.
And I got bullied for it.
Same.
I was like, no! Yeah. I was like, oh, actually, they were right. Whoops.
Yeah, same thing with me. I didn't know what gay was, but I had two very flamboyant friends, I guess, and I always associated with them. So always I get called, you know, gay or that word. So, but I was the more resilient of the two, I guess, so I fight back all the time. So there was one person that called me a fag, and I stabbed him with a pen.
Oh, shit!
Woo! Ride or die. Okay.
So, I mean, I didn't even know what gay was, but I was like, I don't like the fact that I'm being called something that is very derogatory or something, yeah.
It's weird. I didn't even get bullied for being gay. I was just bullied because I had thick glasses and an eye patch and was really like was just weird. I was just a weird kid. But
You're a weird adult.
but
in a good way.
But it's. I think it just goes to show about bullying in general. About it's not just about being gay. It's just about being different.
Yeah, the shit I went through was horrific when I was a little kid, and it was never because I was gay. It was just because I was weird, and I would rather read a book than play with other kids in the playground. And it got to the point where they were setting me on fire, and I would go home, and my dad would tell me how much of a wimp I was because I was the one that got hit with rocks, and kids would spit on me, and they would burn patches of my hair and burn clothes off my back. So it was awful growing up for me with my bullying situation, but and it's like that stuff led to me not dealing with that for so long, led to me being diagnosed with PTSD now. And it's something that I'm currently working on, but that's one of the things that drives me with our channel, because I want to show people that I know that I'm not the only person to go through stuff like that, and I want kids who do, to see that there are kids that kill themselves for, not even just for being called faggot in class. So imagine, I want kids that go through something similar to me see that, wow, he's living in Los Angeles, he has the best dog in the world, and the cutest fiance, and he's
Fighting words.
But no, that's one of the things that drives me with the channel, is I want to show that you can go through all of that stuff and come out the other side a better person.
It's a hard question to answer, just because YouTube, I think for pretty much everybody, started off as just something we did in our free time as a hobby, and it wasn't really something that any of us expected to really take off as much as it.
Or even know that you could make money out of it.
A lot of these guys started before you could even make money on YouTube, so it really was all about just doing it for the love of it. But I don't know about any of the other guys, but I know for me, I'm just trying to find new ways to kind of not necessarily keep doing the same thing, but find new ways to kind of spread the same message. So I've started hosting a news web series, because in the course of my channel, I've started getting more and more passionate about social issues and stuff. So I found new ways for that.
Doing YouTube as a job.
Mm-hmm.
I originally was, I was just coming out of high school, and I knew that you could make money off of it, but I never thought that I would until I was 30 or something, because I just didn't think it would happen that soon. And I had plans to become an actor or just work in LA as something until I could make it that far. Yeah, I figured it out. And I also, I don't know if y'all know, but I didn't graduate high school, so that didn't help. I ended up moving out of Las Vegas before I could get my GED, so I also had to work on that while I was in the town I'm living in now. So while I was doing that and moving in, I started making videos, and by this time I had pretty much all the time in the world to myself, because my town is so small and there's nothing to do there. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna make videos all day. So that's what I ended up doing. And then I came across a bunch of people posting my status on their Facebook, and I was like, okay, let me make a video about this. So I made a video about it, and I posted it up, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go about my life now. And I kept making videos about doing hair dyeing stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, people are watching this. Wait, Tyler Oakley reblogged this. Wait, why has this got 1 million views now? Wait, what's going on? I could not sleep for 3 days because I was so excited. And I was on TV for a second. I was like, wow, this is a lot. So it just kind of was sprung on me, and I kind of just learned that I could make money from it, and that I could be employed into a multi-channel network, and that there was a whole bunch of business opportunities waiting for me. And so I guess I was like, well, I guess college can wait for a little while, because I'm about to live the dream real quick.
Yeah.
So, the dream. Yeah, that's how I got started into it.
Oh,
it's
on YouTube.
definitely not as common.
There are.
There's a handful, but it's I would say it's not as common. But there definitely.
There's definitely a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would you say it is?
I would say the reason that there isn't just right now is just because we're a group of friends and
Yeah.
we got brought together that way. It's not a discriminatory thing at all. It was just that we were like, oh, great group, and this is why we are out together. But we know a lot of the other like the LGBT YouTubers and a lot of the lesbian YouTubers and bisexual YouTubers. Yeah, and we're all like great friends with them and everything.
I'm trying to think of like Jelly and Day are great.
Yeah,
Like
Jelly
our
and
friend
Day.
Heartbeat.
Oh my God.
Right here.
Yeah, she really could.
I'd like to add as well that just in general, women are on YouTube is have
It's harder for
yes,
them,
it's
yeah.
a lot harder for women. They get a lot of like death threats and like
Being a woman.
Objectification.
Yeah.
like, a lot of,
Yeah.
it's really harsh.
Misogyny.
What's the main difference you find between America and Italy? I mean, about just things in general.
The food is
The food?
so much
The
better.
food is so bomb, so bomb.
Yes, of course. Apart from the food, well,
I'm trying to think.
The
Like,
market-
If you ever
Architecture.
go
Oh, yeah.
to the United States, don't go to an Italian restaurant. Like,
No.
don't ever
go to
set.
someone's grandma's
Do
house.
not. Yeah.
I feel like there's so much this Italy in general especially is just dripping with history in every nook and cranny, and it's just like when we learn about European history, we might as well be reading fairy tales, because all of it takes place in this faraway land that whereas here it's tangible, it's in front of your face. And so it's just so cool to have everything come to life kind of in front of your eyes. It's almost like you're stepping inside of a book, a time capsule or a book. The fact that there are buildings that are older than the United States, twice as old as the United States, 5 times as old as the United States. That's really, really neat.
Yet to see the Colosseum yet.
No, well,
We
will.
have yet to, yeah.
That
We will
is-
be. We will be.
How did the LGBT community in the U.S. React to Hillary Clinton running again, announcing? Also because there's apparently like the right wing is also much more stronger on like anti-gay and anti-abortion.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. Hillary. Well, nobody was shocked when Hillary announced, just because everybody was already cracking jokes. Everybody's already like, okay, when Hillary Clinton becomes president, like people are already feel like the job is done. But what's weird, because there's almost a split, I think, in the American LGBT community, in the sense that there are a lot of gays are ready to jump on the bandwagon, but a lot of them also are wanting to they're a little bit more hesitant, because she was first lady when Don't Ask, Don't Tell was signed, and so she it took her a lot longer to kind of jump on the LGBT rights bandwagon. So they're definitely wanting to see her demonstrate her support for the community before they jump on the bandwagon. But
Like more of her like agenda.
yeah, exactly. Like show me the receipts. I want to see the receipts. So I think thus far, I mean, she's far better than anything the Republican Party has to offer. So I mean that I think just speaks to our two-party system. Sometimes it's just about which option sucks less.
Yeah. Which is the lesser evil.
Which is the lesser of two.